Let's make an Instagram bot in 5 minutes. Start the timer. From Selenium, we need to import WebDriver. From the time library, we need to import the sleep method. And then from creds, we need to import my Instagram username and password. Let's make a class called Instabot. We'll have an init method with self, username, and password as its arguments. Let's do some defining. So self.driver is equal to WebDriver. We'll be using Chrome here. Self.username is equal to username. And then self.driver.get will have the URL to Instagram.com, and then we will sleep for a couple seconds to make sure everything is loaded. Next, we need a self.driver.find element by XPath. We need to be searching for an input of name equal to username, and we need to be sending in keys with our username. We can copy and paste this a couple times, except this time we'll be filling in our password on the login page, and then we need to be searching for a button of type equal to submit, and instead of sending keys, we'll simply be clicking on that. Then we can sleep for a couple seconds again. Next, we need to clear out some notifications. So we'll be searching for a button that contains text that says, "Not now." And then we can be clicking on that. We can copy and paste that, and then sleep in between to make sure the page is fully loaded. So that's the end of that method. Next, now let's make a function called getList. We'll have self as an argument, so we need to do self.driver.find element by XPath. We'll be searching for an A tag that contains an href to our username. And so we can simply close that off and then format that with self.username. So this will take us to our profile page. We can click on that, copy and paste this. And then once we're on our profile page, we should be searching for following to get up the following button. And then we can search for followers. We need to sleep to make sure our profile page is fully loaded. So then we can do following is equal to self.getNames, which will be a method we make in a second. And then followers is equal to self.getNames. So then we can do not following back is equal to user for user in following. If user not in followers, we can print not following back. So this will print all of the users who do not follow us back. So then we can make that getNames method. So we can sleep for a couple seconds to make sure everything's loaded. Then we can do scrollbox is equal to self.driver.find element by XPath. And we're searching for that scrollbox. So it's HTML body div4 div2. And then we can set up some variables. So we can do a while loop. So previous height and height is equal to 0 and 1. So then while previous height doesn't equal height, so while it's scrolled, we can do previous height is equal to height. Then we can sleep for a second. And we can do height is equal to scrollbox it'd be self.driver.execute script. And then that's related to enacting that script on the scroll box. So then we can do argument 0.scroll to 0, argument 0.scroll height. So this is a JavaScript function that'll let us scroll down. So it's going to return argument 0.scroll height. So then we can have a variable called links that'll be equal to scrollbox.find elements by tag name, and all elements of the tag name of A will be in links. So the names is equal to name.text for name in links if name.text doesn't equal a blank. So this will return all of the names of our followers and the people that follow us. And then we can simply return names. So then to exit out of the scroll box, we can do self.driver.find element by XPath. And this XPath, this HTML path is div4. And then we can do div1, div2 button, and then we can click on that. So that's the end of that method. So then we can instantiate our class. So we can do mybot is equal to instabot, username and password. Then we can try mybot.getList, and then mybot.driver.close. And then we can accept mybot.driver.close. And that should be the end of that. So then if we try python3 followers.py, there's no initial errors, so that should load up the Chrome WebDriver. And that'll hopefully fill in our login information for us. Log us in. All right, perfect. I just created a new Instagram account to test this out. It'll close out of that notification, and then take us to our main profile page. And then it'll hopefully click on following. It'll copy in all those names. It won't have to scroll because it's fairly short. And then it'll click on followers. It'll do the exact same thing. It'll compare those two names, and it'll print out all of the accounts that we follow but don't follow us back. And there you go, an Instagram bot in less than 5 minutes. Thanks for watching.